Hi, Eric Linask here at Interop in Las Vegas, and I'm talking here in the TMC newsroom with Dan Kelly from D-Link. Dan, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So, D-Link, a company that certainly most people probably know from the consumer space, and a lot of business folks, maybe from the SMB market. So that's kind of traditionally where people would know you from. But you're sort of looking to move into the enterprise space as well. Tell me about that move. Tell me about how it's going.
That's a great way to kick this off, because D-Link is traditionally perceived as a consumer small business player, and it's not that we're going to be abandoning that market, but we're much more than the $99 router guys. And part of our message here at Interop is that we're doing a Mythbusters theme, because we are now a true enterprise player. And in fact, the reputation for D-Link in North America is a bit different than it is around the world, where we're traditionally seen there as an enterprise first, consumer second. Here, due to the success we've had in the consumer market, we've seen it as a consumer first, enterprise second. So with some of the product announcements and significant things that we're launching this week and through the rest of the year, we truly are letting the world know that D-Link is an enterprise player to contend with.
What are the challenges you face trying to move from that sort of consumer and small business recognition into the enterprise play?
Well, it's a difficult transition for some, and I think that what we're looking for is that value-conscious, brand-agnostic customer that, as a couple of the big boys in the industry are battling it out, there is an opportunity for us to be that second vendor of choice, and we think that with our products and our programs, we're going to be extremely competitive. And in fact, if you look at our clients and customers, it's pretty impressive. Those that have looked at us, we've been able to put extremely sophisticated multi-site implementations, and we're starting to get that reputation. But it's going to be a lot of work. We're really relying on the channel partners. We're a 99% channel-based company, so having the right programs, products, everything has to really be in tune to get that perception shifted and to make some movement there.
So let's talk about the product set for that enterprise space. Obviously, it's not that $99 router product.
Yeah. So three of the big announcements we've made here is that we've entered the chassis market. So we're traditionally known in the business space for that mid-size, more of the edge side of the network, layer 2, layer 3, gig switching. We are now unveiling in North America a chassis-based solution. So now we can go truly from edge to core. And this is a solution that's actually been shipping for some time in other parts of the world. We didn't feel like we were quite ready from a services point of view and from the complete end-to-end product portfolio to bring it here, but now we feel we're there. To complement that, part of our end-to-end solution we call the Big Five is wireless, obviously, switching with the chassis-based solution, SAN array, so storage to complement that, security and IP surveillance. So we've introduced high availability storage, unified wireless switching, and the chassis base really rounds out a pretty robust solution for the enterprise.
Talk a little bit about the IP surveillance piece that you just mentioned.
Yeah, so IP surveillance is it's really starting to overtake the analog implementations out there, and everything's going IP, and we've been in that market for 9 years, and it's just now really starting to see that momentum shift from analog towards IP. And if you look at that solution where you have the switching, speeds and the backbone, and then you can place, however many hundreds of cameras and actually record that to storage, and we make all three of those different products, we can be a single source vendor for those type of solutions. And a lot of multi-point, retail, education, depending on what you're trying to accomplish from a solution point of view, we actually have the solution, and we have indoor, outdoor, pan, tilt, zoom, extremely sophisticated line of IP surveillance products.
And what's the prime benefit? What's the prime motivation for businesses moving to IP-based surveillance systems? Is it the ease of adding additional equipment, additional cameras, the remote capabilities?
I think both of those are a couple of the key drivers. If you're looking for a physical security solution, IP makes a lot of sense because it's IP, right? It's going to digital drive rather than going to tape.
Right.
The remote access is really nice. The ability to move video up and back, forward, left, right, digitally on the fly. All of those make for a pretty strong, compelling argument to go IP versus a traditional analog solution.
And the one other thing I wanted to touch on, you mentioned you go to market 99% through the channel, I think you said. Anything exciting going on with your partners there?
Yes, we think that we've come out with this week the most compelling partner program in our industry. We've listened very closely to our partners over the last year, and we have unveiled a program that's not just revenue based, it's actually education based. So that reseller of ours that say is very comfortable selling switching but wants to move into IP surveillance, if you take our free web-based certification and training, we're going to get you to that next tier so that you can get incentivized to start rounding out your solutions. We are also the first in the hardware space to unveil a bounty program. So if you're out there working on our behalf, we know that that's a cost that you're incurring. And even if you win or lose that deal, we're still going to reward you as being a dealing partner. So we knew when you go into the enterprise, you have to have a very strong program, a portal, and we feel like we have the most competitive in the industry right now.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
We're talking here at Interop with Dan Kelly from D-Link. Dan, thanks for joining me this morning.
Absolutely, thank you.